Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Tonight, we're talking about Jack and Lily Sullivan, who vanished from their Pictou County, Nova Scotia home on May 2nd, 2025. And tonight, we're asking the stepfather, Daniel Martell, how did you know so early, Daniel? A lot to talk about on the other side of this. Y'all ready to go? Tina Long's birthday. Happy birthday, girl.
Coming in clutch, better tighten the pearls. Dropping cold facts, got the truth for the world. No smoke, no fluff, just the real that we trust. Hold on to your seat, cause I'm coming in clutch.
Coming in clutch. Oh. Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world, and you chose to be right here. I know your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is November 6th, 2025. It is currently 7:40 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Bonjour. Hello, my beauties. Good to see you all. Thank you all so much for joining me. Yes, Sassy sure did. Thank you so much. Good to see you all in chat. Thank you so much for joining me. Tonight, we're talking about Jack and Lily Sullivan, who vanished from their Pictou County and Nova Scotia home on May 2nd, 2025. And since then, there has been no sighting of Jack and Lily, and we don't know where they are. The parents said that they believe that they vanished into the woods, and then they shortly after said that they believe someone got them or abducted them, whenever the RCMP has said quite the contrary, that they have nothing to believe that Jack and Lily was abducted by any stranger, if you will. It is Tina's birthday in the house. Happy birthday, Miss Tina. Happy birthday, my love. Good to see you. Good to see you, Cindy. Guys, do me a favor before we get started for my live chat as y'all are rolling in here, and my replay crew, how are you? Please do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. Would greatly appreciate it. And share the live out for extra bonus points and for 10 years of good luck. If you want it, just saying. I'm just kidding. Good to see you guys. So, after this live, we will be live again with a special guest, PNW, Crimes Revisited. We are going to be talking about Michael Joseph Vaughn, affectionately known as Monkey, to his family, who sadly was abducted in July of 2021. There's a lot of new stuff rolling out, and it's going to be very interesting live. So make sure you join us for that if you're up, starting at 9:30 Eastern time. So yeah, if you can join us for that, would be great. Thank you so much, Miss Panda. Really do appreciate you. Thank you so much for your support, my dear. Thank you, my love. Appreciate you so very much. Good to see you. Hello, PGH. Ginny, Shannon. Good to see you, love. Is everything good, Shannon, with you? Good to see you. Forget Me Not, Sherry, Jen, Leslie. Always keeping it real, honey. And who else do we got? Mom of an Angel, Roxy, Blessed Mimi, Yes Ma'am, Meep, Brandy and Indy, Patty Allen, YouTuber. How you doing? Susan, Lady Gracious, Shelby, Teresa, Wolfie, Seriously, Mom of an Angel, Sandy Johnson, Larry, Forget Me Not. My mouse is wanting to not work. Okay. Catherine, Brandy, and Indy, Jenny, Michelle, Linda B, Christy. Okay, Sassy, thank you. Nicole, Shelby, good to see you. Cindy, Sarah, good to see you. Forget Me Not. Christy, Susan, JC, Connie, thank you so much, my love. And thank you so much for being a member as well, Connie. Really, really do appreciate that, my dear. Good to see you. Good to see everyone up in here, up in here. All right, so let's get right to it because this is not going to be as long of a live as I normally do, probably because we have another live after this, right? Hello, watch Save Kids from CSA. Okay, so I'm constantly researching and constantly digging and re-listening to things and all of that, and I found a video where it had all of Daniel's interviews uh, in chronological order, which I'd never seen before in chronological order. So that made it very interesting for you guys in the live and for the replay crew. That video is linked in the description, and make sure you sub up to the channel that has that when we play some of it here in a little bit. And that channel is Hunter S. True Crime. Great, great channel, by the way. Hello, Miss Cecilia. Good to see you. You're an OG. Cecilia, you're breaking my heart. I don't know, Blueberry. I really don't know. Thank you so much, Miss Cecilia. It is so good to see you, my love. Really do appreciate you. Thank you for your hard work. Almost 2 years, girl. Yes, you are here. Thank you so much, my dear. Good to see you. Thank you, Alan. Henry, appreciate you. Notice the verbal grooming as Daniel adapts from one lie to a next. Absolutely. So there is a poll in chat. If you want to take part of that, I would greatly appreciate it. It is, do you, in your opinion alone, feel like Daniel was controlling in his relationships? Was he controlling with Malaya, particularly when I say that? Do you think he was? There's controlling with every aspect of your life, right? What you can do, where you can go, who you can have friends with, and then there is some, I guess, somewhat controlling. No, you're either controlling or you're not. It's just one way or the other. Yes, I think he's a lot like Don. Hey, Cher, good to see you. I got bored today and made handmade. Nice, girl. Daniel shows a need for control a lot more than just yeah, 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 yeah. It's definitely so. We're gonna get to that video in just a little bit, but first, what I want to do is I want. Hey, PG, it's good to see you. Meet Melinda, good to see you. Laugh-a-day, Nancy, everyone. Mama Dukes cries, good to see you. Forget me not. Blueberry. Sorry, I like to say hi to everybody, but I just can't. Hey, Melissa, good to see you. Um, okay, so I was looking at some of Malaya's messages because we don't have a lot from Malaya. We don't. Um, and to me, that is a shame because more than anyone, we should have more from her, right? Than anybody else, you would think. Hey, Kelly, good to see you, darling. Um, extremely controlling. That's why, yeah, exactly. 1,000%. Yeah, my niece's husband was like that. Thank God she got away from him. Yeah, yeah. You know, I my heart goes out to anybody that's ever been in an abusive relationship or not just physical, but controlling and all of that. That's got to be hard. It's got to be hard. Um, so yeah. Okay. So I want to go through a few things uh, that Malaya did say to It's a Criming Shame. And we'll get to that video, but I want you guys to see this part first for a reason. Okay. Let me get my little chair here fixed. It's a hellish way to survive, I'm sure. I'm sure. It's I mean, just people, you're like your significant other thinking like you can't go to the grocery store, or you're, sleeping with someone, you're cheating on them or whatever. I could not live like that. Hey Susan, good to see you. April, Lisa. Yes, Lisa. You can email me. Mods, could you please drop my email or you can text it to me, Lisa, uh, as well. Either or. We're going to be talking about Summer Wells shortly. We'll be doing a live on Summer and probably Sebastian as well. It took me 16 years to finally get away from. Yeah. Mm. Hey, Kat, good to see you. All right. So Malaya says here, Daniel convinced me to stay, that things would work out. He always said that. I believe her when she says that. I believe her, right? Oh wow, Crystal, yeah. I certainly believe Malaya when she says that, because you look at her. We'll call her Malaya's stepdad, her mother's boyfriend, saying that they went to they was going to they got a U-Haul and they was going to bring it there the next day, and she would just completely, uh, shut it down at the last minute, right? I'm not going to go, and people in abusive relationships or controlling relationships, usually the first time they don't really leave, right? It's kind of like, in a sense, addiction. Like the first time most people try to get clean, it doesn't work. It just doesn't. It takes some time. Sometimes one, two, three, or four, 100 more times. It's a constant. getting there, but when you're there, you're there. When you're there, you're there. And kind of like we were talking about last night, I believe that something happened Thursday enough to set something off in that house. What happens whenever you finally put your foot down and say, enough is enough, I'm done? And, the abuser or whatever will say the same thing that they always say. Oh, I promise you I'll change. It'll get better. And we know that Daniel has done that kind of stuff because he tried every way, including third parties, to get in contact with Malaya when he sent the text message that says, tell Malaya that, he loves her and that he will be the Daniel that he was underneath the waterfall when they first started dating. And to me, that says a lot. To me, that says a lot. Things don't get better with rugs. No, they don't. Esther, how you doing, girl? Good to see you, mamacita. Bonjour, Justin. Blessings from Justin for justice for Lilly and Jack. Thank you so much, Esther. Good to see you, my friend. Really, really do appreciate your support. Good to see you, love. Thank you. Hello, AMC. Good to see you. Sorry, it's been 6 months, 4 days. Malaya knows what happened. She is not innocent. No, no, no. And I think when I talk like this, people think I think Malaya is innocent and like she doesn't know. I am not at all. I cannot stress that enough. I'm not at all saying that. But I do believe that if it was just Malaya and the kids would not be missing today. That's my opinion. I believe there is always common factors when these children go missing. And it generally has to do with the biggest influence in the home, right? And for me, in my opinion, that was Daniel. Daniel. So yeah, I don't think Malaya was a good mother. I really try not to be. I don't like to. She just wasn't. She just wasn't. Um, from what I understand, years ago, she was an incredible mother. But again, a factor has to change, right? For anything, it's just the law of physics, right? Like for movement to happen, there has to be a disruption, right? There has to be a disruption. And that disruption, in my opinion, was Daniel. He is the one that is the controlling one, and all of that. So there's that. So yeah, I don't think Malaya was a good mother. Just I mean, the neglect, in my opinion, that those kids went through. For you to sit around on your ass and let some man lay hands on your kids? Now, I will say that, and Daniel loves to point this out, but the uh, the documents say that, according to Malaya, that Daniel was not abusive to the kids, but she has said otherwise here. So, but Daniel likes to point that out. I think she was saying that for obvious reason, why she was saying that. And then she's saying, I'm not trying to point fingers. I'm just trying to give you a short summary of what I went through. I think that's all that I wanted to say on this one. Okay, let's go to the next one. Guys, do me a favor, if you're just joining us, please hit that thumbs up button and share the live out. Would greatly appreciate that. Okay, here we go. Yes, Daniel, this is Malaya talking. 1 second. Yes, this is Malaya talking. She says, yes, Daniel was controlling even to the point of what I wore. Even to the point of what she wore. Now, that is definitely controlling. Someone who, that sounds like someone that is jealous. Someone that is controlling is a loose cannon, right? Because they can be triggered very easy. Very easy. And if you don't listen to what they say, they go nuts. They act out. Look at the pictures of Malaya when she first met her versus oops, from what wrong one? Let's see here. Jenny says, look at the pictures from Malaya when she first met her versus the day she gave the interview. It screams volumes. Sure does. Sure does. Yes. That's absolutely right. Always skeptical. That's absolutely right. But, you know, in my opinion, I don't believe Daniel, in my opinion, was the only one on substances. I don't think someone could stay there for 3 years, not pay attention to the children and their needs for basic, you know, items like coats and stuff like that, and so, you know, without being on something. And Daniel says, I have a text message from him that says, the rugs weren't mine. The only rugs that was on the property was Malaya's. Now that's Daniel saying it, you know, he's not very reliable, but I do believe, in my opinion, that Malaya was doing some stuff. And I think, in my opinion as well, the supporting argument for that is with who she is with now as well, and her behavior. Going out, drinking, and from what I understand, her new man allegedly is into that scene as well, right? All right, Kraz, good to see you, darling. Okay, here we go. This one, what really bothers me. Someone, I guess, Sunny wrote here, Malaya, I have been there. Trust me. She was in a abusive relationship. Was he like this with all of you? And she says, I finally love myself enough to know I deserve better. Did he put his hands on you? And Malaya says, yes and no. He would pick on Jack mostly and sometimes Lilly. Way to go, Daniel. How does it feel to pick on a 3 and a 6-year-old? Think about that. We're not talking about nitpicking, right? Poking. We're talking about a reason. And notice how Daniel, the only time Daniel cried in the beginning is when he talked about Jack. I also believe that the reason they said Lilly came into the bedroom, right? I also believe it's easier for Daniel to say that as well. Number one, she's older, but number two, it's easier for him to speak about Jack. Oh, I didn't see. He's in there in the kitchen. I heard him, but that's it. That's why I think it was easier to put Lilly more into the story that morning than it was Jack. Because I don't believe any of it happened that morning. Yes, he would pick on Jack mostly and sometimes Lilly. And you can see it in the pictures that, in my opinion, Jack got the brunt force of it. Right? That he there was like a cut or a burn or something on some of his pictures, and all the black eyes, so much so to where the school was deeply concerned. Tada, he's not in their life. He signed over his rights, I guess you could say, whenever Malaya got with Daniel. So, or even saying terrible things to them. No way. Absolutely. 1,000%. Very good point. Always remember, an abuser is not a credible source of information about their victim or the survivor. Don't raise your hands to me. Sorry, Pop. It's just natural to try and block the first one. Yeah. He would hold me down and take my phone away, so I couldn't call my mother when I wanted to leave. That happened often. Often. That's what gets me out of all of that. often. It shows you there was a lot of fighting in that house, a lot of turmoil. And sadly, uh, when someone is holding you down, taking your phone, which is abuse, which also in the United States, you will go to prison for that. If someone wants to call emergency services and you take their phone, your ass is going to prison. That is prison worthy. You are blocking them from seeking emergency help. But the word often there. What would Daniel do, after he held Malia down and took her phone? Right? Would he do something to Jack or Lily because he was aggravated? Because he is probably an 11-year-old on the emotional intelligence scale, in my opinion? It absolutely is. Absolutely is, Carla. Hey, Fran, good to see you. So the bad days, did Daniel take it out on the kids? She says that happened often. I don't believe someone that abuses you will just keep holding you down and taking your phone. It always progresses. Always progresses. He only shoved me into a wall once, then realized what he did and apologized. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. And the reason I don't believe that is because for several reasons. One, I believe she knows what happened to Jack and Lily, as of course, as well as Daniel, in my opinion. But number two, she has a CPS case. She has a CPS case while she's writing this. She doesn't want all of that out there. That's why. Right? That's exactly right, Autumn. She had chances to leave and didn't let her children be abused. I agree. I agree. Holly, thank you, love. Good to see you. How's Lloyd? I still want to know when Lily started screaming, before or after Daniel in life. So Lily was what? She was about 3, right? She was 6, and they were together almost 3 years. She's like almost maybe 4. That's a good question. That's a good question. Right. Yeah, Nancy. Okay. Yeah, here we go. It paints a really bad picture. So we have the kids not having, hey Kelly, not having, coats in school and all of that. We have a CPS case. We have Malay admitting that Daniel picked on Jack and Lilly, particularly Jack, but sometimes Lilly. And then we have, yes, he was a drug addict. I found out he was doing rugs the night before I was going to be induced with Meadow. Was he doing rugs the night Jack and Lilly went missing, Malaya? Because your sister said Daniel was running around like a mad person. And he was getting mad because he felt like people weren't moving fast enough. And obviously because he was on the rugs, right? What's that? Yeah. Yes, he is a rug addict. I found out he was on rugs the night before I was going to be induced with Meadow. He was not making or selling that I know of, that you know of. That is and a loose end that people will say sometimes when they know, but they don't want to admit it. So that gives me a little pause. He wasn't making or selling that I know of. When I met him, I had no idea of his rug use. Yes, Daniel is a narcissist and very controlling, unfortunately. Right? Let me see here. Okay. So that's so drugs, right? Drugs, fighting, holding her down, taking her phone, that kind of thing. Oh, I already showed that one. 1 second here. And then we're going to get to this video because it's important. Let me see here. One thing that kind of annoyed me was this message she wrote. Well, I will not apologize for being silent for so long. I have been through a lot and I'm still going through a lot. More than anybody could imagine. I really don't care what people are saying, to be honest. I only care about getting my children back home. No, you don't. You don't care. The fuck you do, Malaya. If you cared, your ass would be out there. Your ass wouldn't have left on technically the first real day Jack and Lilly vanished. You only left because you knew they weren't coming back, in my opinion. That's the only reason. And you wanted to be the hell away from Daniel because you dumped him immediately. There's a reason for that. People only do things for a reason. Nobody doesn't do something for a reason. Everything someone does it for a reason. Right? This is the one I want to get to right here. Mr. Mattel. He says, I don't know why he lied, but my family never knew the blanket was in the garbage, nor did they know Lily's blanket existed, especially my friends. Daniel, you know who else didn't know? The neighbors. They didn't know there was a fucking blanket in the garbage. Daniel gave me an ultimatum when I was pregnant with Meadow to drop my friends or he would leave me because he said they were a bad influence. So is smoking meth, Daniel. So I did. He allowed me to talk to one friend, but we didn't talk often. The word right there, he allowed me. That shows you, in my opinion, that she gave him the control. He allowed me. She chose Daniel. She chose Daniel over everyone. Very much so, Kelly. He allowed me. Yes, Amasa, right? Fuck you, Daniel. He gave me the ultimatum when I was pregnant with Meadow to drop my friends or he would leave me. You that shows you that she chose Daniel over her kids, her friends, everything. And you realized it, in my opinion, at the end of your relationship that you have nothing now, Malaya, because of your choices that you made. Right? Okay. Moving forward. Okay. Allowed. God bless. Okay. In the morning, Lilly and Jack got out a couple of times, but I would always get a call from Janie saying the kids were outside. So Janie, question. That morning you said you heard Jack and Lily playing, right? You heard them playing. But if they had gotten out before and you had always called Malaya, if you heard them out that morning, why didn't you look outside? Why didn't you look outside, Janie? If this story is true that Malaya is saying. Because people do things in patterns, right? We have a behavior, a consistency. So, if you would have checked on them, if you would have looked outside, how many, who actually believes if someone, if the kids were in the yard, Janie would have glanced out her window at the very least? I absolutely believe she would have glanced out that window. I don't think she heard the kids, or no, I don't believe she heard the kids either. She would have checked out the window. She would have peeked out that little window. It just shows you the inconsistency. If Janie heard the kids out, first of all, she would have looked. Second of all, if she heard the kids, like she said, and she always called Malaya, well, if you hear them and you know they're not supposed to be out there, you're going to look out and then you're going to call Mom, Malaya. But you didn't do it that morning. But then Janie says, I heard Daniel screaming a little bit later, but I just thought he was yelling for them to come back in. So if that is true, then that means they played outside regularly by themselves, and that you wouldn't ever call Malaya and say the kids are outside, right? Because if the kids are outside alone and they're not supposed to be, you hear them, you see them, you call. But Janie says she hears the kids outside playing, and a little bit later she hears Daniel screaming, and he's thought she's just telling him to get back inside. Then that means they played outside by themselves all the time. I don't believe the kids were watched hardly ever, to be honest with you. Right? I think they just kind of fended for themselves most time. Okay. In the morning, Jack got out a couple of times, but I would always get a call from Janie saying the kids were outside. I would then bring them back in to get breakfast. So the morning time. What time was this, Malaya? For some reason that morning, I never got the call. The kids were outside. I don't know why. She was the last one to hear them. Because it's not consistent with either one of your stories. I have an app called School Messenger with a password Daniel doesn't know, and that is how you mark your children absent through the app. I mark them absent on 6:18 a.m. My alarm goes off at 6:15 a.m. They received it at 6:18. Interesting. Why did they have locks on the doors? Why didn't they have locks on the doors? You right, Jane. I mean, let's say this. Malaya said to her mother, the first thing she said to her mother when she saw them when they came there that day, "Mom, I told you they had autism." Okay, if you thought they had autism, then why didn't you put extra protections in place? You need extra protections in place for children. You need extra protections in place for children who have autism or some sort of special needs. Right? If they got out of the morning before and you locked the front door from allegedly a bear, but you have 3 under the age of 6 in your house, and you are saying 2 of them might have autism, but no locks. No locks on that. Right? So there's that. Yeah, Bobby. I believe Janie is was probably, like you said, maybe old and tired, but that doesn't change. We're all tired. We're all old. You still got to take care of the kids, and you still do your habits. Just the way it is. That's just the way it is. Okay. Credit goes to Hunter S. True Crime. These are in chronological order. We're going to get to a specific part here in just a minute. Guys, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. How many thumbs ups do we got, mods? When they are up, you are up. Just a fact. Well, something, Pink, it's interesting you said that. I was just thinking about Malaya's comment. She says Jack and Lily had got out before Janie would check or call. And then Malaya said, then I would get them and make them breakfast. Right. So it just tells me that a lot of times of the morning that Malaya was in bed and the kids were doing whatever the hell they did. Right. And that she would make breakfast. I don't know how a mother of 3 is sleeping until 9 and 10 o'clock on the regularly. I don't. Nor do I believe Meadow went back to sleep after she had just slept about 8-9 hours and is, younger than 2 years old. I don't think she went back to bed after that. All right.
Last few days have been very stressful.
I mean, this is the thing. If, like we are, parenting is difficult. It's not easy for any of us. It is not a walk in the park for anybody. Nobody's saying that. But like if I was sick or exhausted or whatever when mine were little, like which was rare, but like I would lay in my bed, I would lock the bedroom door, I would get them, crayons or whatever their toys, make them a snack and then lay in my bed. Right? So they couldn't get out. They were in the bedroom. Everything was good. Not, running around outside. I couldn't fucking rest for a second if like that was going on. My God. I mean, things happen, right? But I don't know how it was a regular thing.
I mean, ever since the Friday morning when we noticed that the children were gone, immediately jumped in the vehicle, surveyed all the areas, many dirt roads, many culverts as I could, and waited for the police to get there. And as soon as I noticed they weren't there, immediately surveyed all the areas, many dirt roads, many culverts. Friday morning when we noticed that the children were gone, immediately jumped in the vehicle, surveyed all the areas, many dirt roads, many culverts as I could, and
I did all around the house in the 4-wheeler ATV. I did as much as I could on the first and the second day. That ATV that he says that he was not or did not use. Daniel, on that, let's talk about the first day when you're checking this area that you say when you first, was looking in the culverts and all that. How did you get that ATV that quick? Right? Because your mom said, and the documents say, was it Justin that went and got the ATV? Yeah, the ATV he didn't drive, huh? Right, yeah. Just like, the car of Janie's that he doesn't drive that he crashed. He's literally crashed his mom's car, his dad's car, and his car. Maybe even another. There might be 4, actually. 3, I can confirm. Yeah, yeah. I mean, how did he get that four-wheeler when he's checking the culverts and stuff? Because it didn't happen Friday morning, in my opinion. It happened Thursday night. Things happened.
Waited for the police.
Now, the neighbor says that allegedly, there was about 4 times that he heard someone leave. Whose ATV was he using? Good question. I think it was the clean one, in my opinion. But supposedly on the way back, the vehicle or whatever wasn't as loud as it had been prior.
To get there, and as soon as I noticed they weren't there, I immediately jumped right in the vehicle and surveyed all the area, every dirt road, every culvert that I could find there, and
Hold on. He's
waited.
talking 1,000 miles an hour here, so I'm just going to slow it down just a little bit. He's not drunk here, but I just want
for the police to get there. And as soon as I noticed they weren't there, I immediately jumped right in the vehicle and surveyed all the area, every dirt road, every culvert that I could find.
Okay.
As soon as I'm starting to see.
Now, guys, these are in chronological order, meaning first interview, second interview, third interview, right?
They were missing. I jumped right in the vehicle and I did every dirt road and searched every culvert. The very first day I wasn't around very much because I was just searching. I was running through the woods.
Oh, that first day. Yeah. I wonder what you was doing on that first day, Daniel. Wonder what you were doing. That's when they found the blanket too, wasn't it? That little piece of blanket. Right?
Screaming their name till my throat hurt. Jack just absolutely loves bugs, dinosaurs, anything like that. But Lilly.
Again, Malaya said he picked on Jack more than Lilly. He cries when he talks about Jack more. What is it, Callie? Justin has his story straight. Thank you, Miss Kelly. Very kind of you, my love. Appreciate you. Sorry I didn't see that. Thank you, my love. Their special needs were being owed and taken care of, not autism. Oh, absolutely. I don't believe they have autism whatsoever. I just believe that they were neglected, physically, mentally, emotionally, nutritionally, just abuse and neglect. Yeah. In my opinion, he should be charged with all the teacher said. I agree. I believe Malaya should be as well.
Loves girly things, but she also loved doing everything with Jack, Bugs. They're like best friends. Not just
Thank you so
brother and
much,
sister.
Kelly. Appreciate you. Love you, darling.
And Jack just absolutely loves bugs, dinosaurs, anything like that. But
there you go. Again, Jack loved. Did he say loves or loves? He says
anything
love.
like that. But Lilly loves girly things, but she also loved doing everything with.
Lily loves girly things, but she also loved doing
Jack,
things.
Bugs, they're like best friends. Not just
Lily hated bugs.
brother and sister. You know, they took their boots. That's pink boots for Lily, blue boots for Jack.
Now listen to this.
Dinosaurs on them. Lily had her backpack with
He's talking like he knows what happened. He's talking like he knows what happened. Right? Lily took her backpack. All of this. Listen to how he says it.
You know, they took their boots. That's pink boots for Lily, blue boots for Jack with dinosaurs on them. Lily had her backpack.
Lily had her backpack. Not Lily's backpack is missing. I believe she has it. Can't find it. Not Lily had her backpack.
With white, and it was white with strawberries
It was white.
on it. I imagine now if they're in the woods that it'd be probably brown, but I don't see them carrying their backpack.
I don't see them carrying their backpacks. Now, that right there, he knows Lily and Jack. He knows them. And Jack didn't like to carry himself in the woods or anything else, right? The kids don't hold on. They're not going to hold on to this backpack and all this stuff romping over the Nova Scotian woods with trees down everywhere. A lot of things would probably rip off of them. Anyways.
I don't see him keeping a pull-up one for that long.
Don't see him keeping a pull-up on that long. Now, this is interesting to me. Because I still wonder if at this point, was there, I'm not going to say it. Never mind. I'll say it later.
After it got soaked from the very first day.
After it got soaked from the very first day.
We only found the 2 boot tracks outside of the house.
Whereabouts?
This is a good point right here. Daniel, this shows you right here that you were denying that pink blanket when they had already found that. This was just a couple days after they went missing. Maybe a day or two. The pink blanket had already been found. Malaya said, yes, that was Lily's. You were the only one that denied it and denied it for several days. Oh, yeah. Diaper would be. I mean, after a diaper gets so wet, they just turn to gel. It just gels and falls off. It almost looks like snow. Like it'll just fall apart. So, Daniel, you knew that there was a blanket found at this point. He knew that there was other footprints found at this point, but he'll only speak about the ones that conveniently, he says his mom raked in the outside of the yard the night before. Now she's denying she ever raked or anything like that. Hey, Christine, good to see you, honey. But I find that interesting. He'll only talk about a couple footprints that was in the yard. Well, how do we know that those boot prints weren't there previous?
Right beside the house, probably 10 feet away from the backyard.
In the backyard, okay.
Nothing new, other than the helicopters are still in the air, and they had dogs. They took around the dogs today, and as of last night, they had 8 more drones going up with infrared.
I want you to look at the operation here. Look at all of the people working their ass off to find Jack and Lily.
I urge the public to come out if you have anything, come out as fast as possible and get it to any detachment or any police service that you have available to get.
Well, Daniel, I mean, obviously, I don't fault him for saying, you know, if you see something, say something. But at this point, you guys are saying Jack and Lily got out and they're out in the woods. Except you guys are also pushing that someone took them. Which, you know, I understand you're keeping your options open, right? It just noted there. This was a setup just outside Brad's home on Lansdowne Station Road.
To talk to. We were searching. We covered everywhere possible. Even in the first day, we did. Even with me running through the woods, I was ahead of the helicopters and ahead of the drones and stuff like that. Screaming as loud as I can. Just until my throat hurt. Running through water that was up to my waist. And as soon as I got back, I wasn't allowed back in the woods until
the water up to his waist. And looky here, there is no pink blanket. No pink blanket right here. Very interesting. Very, very interesting.
A man dressed in military outfit said I could go back into the woods. I hate being wet and cold, so they immediately would have came right back into the house.
Water up to his waist. And then he says they hate being wet and cold. They would immediately have came back in the house. Okay. Then why didn't they? Y'all said they walked off. Right? They were in their yard playing and then they walked off. But if they were wet and cold, they would go inside, which I would agree with that. So they wouldn't have went in the woods then. Right? And there's no vehicles seen taking them. Right? So in my opinion, I agree with the RCMP officers. Something happened Thursday night.
The only 2 prints are right beside the house facing the road, and then that's it.
Does this say a date on it, this one right here? Let me see here.
Police service that you have available to get. We covered. Even with me running through the screaming loud as that was up to my waist.
I think this is the 8th, May 8th. From what I think it's May 8th. Even on May 8th, he is telling people this.
And as soon as I got back, I wasn't allowed back in the woods until a man dressed in military outfit said I could go back into the woods. I hate being wet and cold, so they immediately would have came right back into the house. The only 2 prints are right beside the house facing the road, and then that's it.
So even by the 8th, you're still saying no blanket, no pink blanket. they had found the pink blanket up in the tree that Malaya confirmed. And you supposedly, like with your words we heard last night, if you watched my live stream, Daniel said a pink blanket on another interview he recently did. And he says he immediately put 2 and 2 together. But he didn't see the blanket, any pictures of it, he claims. And he, what was it? He didn't see the blanket. And he didn't know where the location was. But they said they found a piece of a pink blanket. And Daniel says, piece of a pink blanket. So I immediately put 2 and 2 together and went and showed him in the trash. Why would you put 2 and 2 together with something you say you threw away over a week ago? You say you threw it away. Malaya says she threw it away. And you didn't even see the pink blanket photo. Didn't know anything about it, but you just put 2 and 2 together. But yet you deny it via interviews for weeks. Couple weeks. Because second to no one, he says they originally said they used it for a window. That was the original story. But then once we caught on to there being a, pink looking blanket in the window and it was gone, Daniel said he used it for a doorway. Right? He said he used it for a doorway. And then he said it tore. And then he said he used it under a doorway to stop a draft. So that's what he says.
Just waiting and waiting for him to come home. Hardly any evidence at all since the first day. It's mind-boggling that nothing else was found.
Parents and loved ones never use the word evidence like that. Hardly any evidence found. That's not what an emotional person speaks like. Evidence is more of a criminal factor when you're saying something like that. Parents would generally say, we haven't found nothing of Jack and Lily. There's no trace, not evidence, right? So it's a little weird, little bizarre. Evidence. Oh, thank you, Christine, Mamacita. Thank you so much. And I do appreciate you very, very much. Love you, darling. You're very, very sweet. Thank you so very much, my friend. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Been a fingernail too.
The last of RCMP in the area that I've seen, they were at Lansdowne Lake, and they told me that they scoured the lake, divers, and sonared the lake, and there's no evidence at all. If they were in this area, we would have found them. My family's still searching.
You said they're flying in someone to do a polygraph test.
Hold on, I gotta
Is
go
that
back.
on you? You said
my family evidence at all. Divers and sonared the lake, and there's no evidence at all. If they were in this area, we would have found them.
If they were in this area, they would have found them. They have not said that. at all. The RCMP at this point said nobody took them, and they have obviously thought that they were still in the woods. In fact, I guess one of the high-ranking search ladies who did an interview, she says, we believe that they're still in the woods, hiding. They're hid really well. But this is the picture that he's trying to paint for everybody, right? If they were in this area, we would have found them. Just as recently, and this is the point, one of my points for the live stream today, Daniel says 100% they're not going to find anything in that area with the cadaver dogs. But listen.
My family's still searching.
You said they're flying in someone to do a polygraph test. Is that on you?
That's not just on me, but on everyone. That's what I asked for. I asked for that so early on, and there's not many places that do it in Canada, so they're flying somebody in.
Why do you think you need to do that? Do you think they don't believe you?
I think their side of the family doesn't believe me, and I just want to clear it up for everyone. Clear it up for everyone, not just the people online making crazy accusations and everything else. No idea. I had no idea. I'm still searching every day. I'm waiting for information. I have to let them do a lot of their stuff with the aircrafts and everything else, and dogs and searchers. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be coordinated. And
now remember, this is chronological order. He says, according to the RCMP, when they were searching that lake, if they were in that area, they would have found them. Well, then why is him and his family still looking, and why is the RCMP still looking in that area if he says the RCMP said they would have found them?
I can't just go running through the woods. I want to, but I just can't right now because the search is just so far out.
What does that mean, the searches are just so far out? They did what, a 6 kilometer around? 6 kilometer? It's what, 3.5 miles? But Daniel, you was running in front of the helicopters.
Still holding out hope. I don't know why they didn't find anything from Jack's pull-up to her backpack or any of her belongings at all. They just haven't found anything.
They haven't found anything? Daniel, what are you talking about? They had already found the pink blanket. Remember, you said a pink blanket and you put 2 and 2 together? Why are you telling the media this? Huh? Why are you telling the media this? They had found the pink blanket day number uno. I don't know why they haven't found anything, he says.
They didn't find anything from Jack's pull-up to her backpack.
I don't know why they didn't find anything from Jack's pull-up to Lily's backpack, but they found that pink blanket a kilometer away. You're still denying it here, Daniel. But on DT's recent interview, they said they found a part of a pink blanket. And you said, a pink blanket? Yeah, they did. They both did. 1,000%. Don and Edgar both said the evidence. You don't say evidence like that when it's a loved one or a kid.
Or any belongings at all. They just haven't found anything.
Any belongings at all. Haven't found anything. It's not true. So why are you saying that?
I've done everything. I've given them all my information. I'm here to find the kids. Well, I know they can't go forever. I mean, there's search and rescue workers searchers that have already been injured. They've spent so much resources. I mean, resources doesn't matter at this point, but
Yeah, this is a very typical thing. Don Wells said this as well. They've spent so much resources finding, looking for Jack and Lily. People have been injured. Nothing to see here. We can't look forever for these kids. What parent says that? What human says that? A dad, a loved one that, says, I will search to the end of the fucking earth until and when I find my loved one, Jack and Lily. But here, resources. God, the budget. Yeah. The searchers weren't complaining, Daniel. They weren't complaining about them falling and slipping on a rock like you was. Right?
I mean, everybody's tired. There's some people that I don't think they even went home.
How do you think Jack and Lily felt? They didn't even get, if they let's say they did walk out of the door. They didn't even get fucking breakfast. How much caloric intake could they go before they got tired? Only about himself, Deborah. Only about himself. Same as Summer Wells. Didn't eat for hours and hours and hours, almost 19 hours. Let's say Jack and Lily ate a meal at 9 p.m. and they went missing at 8 a.m. And that's being, rather than 10 p.m. because that would make it even longer, or 10 a.m. Well, that means they didn't eat for 10 hours. And I believe, yeah, thank you, Blueberry. And I believe Jack and Lily probably didn't have a meal that night. They probably didn't have a real solid meal all day. Like they said, we might have stopped at Tim Hortons and got the kids, what was it, a sandwich or a donut? Hey, Daff. Well, is that because you knew the manager there at Tim Hortons or a staff member, Daniel? Could that be the reason y'all went there? Asking.
I'm absolutely exhausted at this point after going through 6 days of virtual hell. It's absolutely crazy. So I'm just fighting for Lilly and Jack. Breaks my heart. Pure exhaustion at this point. I mean, sadness just turns to anger because there's no answers. And I mean, I don't know if we're ever going to get answers. Bring cadaver dogs. They
Listen,
search for anything they can find. I want as much as they can do.
I don't think we're ever going to get answers. That's not acceptable. That's not acceptable.
There's no answers. And I mean, I don't know if we're ever going to get answers. Bring cadaver dogs. They search for anything they can find. I want as much as they can do.
Now, Daniel, why did you say to bring cadaver dogs in, and months later they did bring cadaver dogs in, and you say it was pointless, it was just to amuse the public, to show the RCMP that they were working hard? Why were you asking for cadaver dogs then, but you were 100% sure that they wouldn't find anything? And how would you know that? I'll wait. I know you're watching. I told him to bring in cadaver dogs.
We're ever going to get answers because there's pure exhaustion at this point. I mean, it's sad. It just turns to anger because there's no answers. And I mean, I don't know if we're ever going to get answers. Bring cadaver dogs. They search for anything they can find. I want as much as they can do.
Much as they can do, but you knew 100% sure that the cadaver dogs were not going to find anything. How did you know that? And why were you asking for it then? I mean,
Me and my family.
this is the thing. How is Daniel not a suspect? We don't know what privately they think. You know what I mean? I mean, my opinion, which is just an opinion, is I do believe privately they think, well, I mean, okay, let's say this. Daniel says in one of his most recent interviews that they believe he did something to Jack and Lily Thursday night. Would that be considered a suspect? I'm asking. If what Daniel is saying is true, and he said the two RCMP cadaver people that came in said, you're not telling us about Thursday night, you're not being specific enough, and we believe you did something to the kids Thursday night. Privately, in my opinion, that would seem like that would be a suspect. Now, publicly, they're not mentioning anyone as a suspect. But what they say publicly and privately are two different things.
We still go out sometimes and search, but
Sometimes.
everything's been searched that we can really dive into at this time. They have over 12,000 man-hours searched in the woods, and they're planning on doing more, which I'm really grateful for. Every day when I wake up, it's just feels like I'm reliving a nightmare of May 2nd. But the main feelings of from sadness have just turned to anger because there's no evidence as of after 1 month, and it's
So Jack and Lily had been missing a month here, and again, no evidence, he says, which again, parents and loved ones generally don't say.
It's really taken a toll. I know that they're working hard and they're using every resource they have, and it makes me hopeful because that's all we have at this point is just hope. I know the truth. I didn't kill Lilly and Jack.
It's been 6 weeks now since you've seen Lilly and Jack. I just want to ask, how are you holding up?
Mm-hmm.
It's been a long 6 weeks. I know that everybody basically in the world at this point is always wanting to know like what happened. It's been from sadness to anger at this point. And I know the RCMP and major crimes are working around the clock trying to piece everything together, and I'm grateful for that. But it always leaves the question, 6 weeks has gone by.
Yeah, in my opinion, our timeline is 12:30 a.m. till about 5:30 a.m. That something happened to the kids, meaning removed. Now, I think something happened before that, before they were removed, that, came to, happened to cause them to be moved, if you get what I'm saying.
And we know at this point they're not in the woods.
Really? We know at this point they're not in the woods. But that's not what the searcher said. Daniel, you're saying something totally different than the searcher. The one that has done this for over 20 years. Absolutely, Bobby. Absolutely.
And where are they?
Did you feel in the beginning that they suspected you?
Of course.
Bobby, I love you and there's nothing you can do about it. So I don't care if you have a different opinion.
The stepfather was always a prime suspect right off the beginning.
You felt that from the beginning?
Yeah.
But you don't feel that now?
No, I don't feel that at all. I asked for the lie detector exam, the polygraph exam. I gave them my phone. I told them I, do drug tests because there's a lot of rumors online about a drug party. Mm-hmm. I know the person that said those rumors, and it was just to take the heat off themselves.
Was there any kind of party?
No.
Was there any kind of gathering that
No.
someone might have thought was a party?
No.
There were no people at the house?
No. Not the night before.
Okay, you mentioned you offered to take a polygraph test.
Yeah.
Did the RCMP take you up on that?
Yes, it did.
And how did that unfold?
That unfolded in my favor. They obviously know I wasn't lying about anything.
So they said, yep, great, thank you, come in
Yeah.
for a polygraph test.
Yeah, it took a little while to set up. And
When did you do that test?
I don't know the exact date, but that would be at least 3 weeks ago, probably.
So roughly 3 weeks after the disappearance.
Yeah.
And I think most Canadians wouldn't have any idea what's involved with that. Can you describe the process? You go in and just tell us right from the start.
We go in, sit down in a big comfy chair.
I think we're getting closer,
they
Shannon.
Have multiple sensory pads. You have them underneath your forearms, you have them underneath your butt, and you have them underneath your feet with your shoes off. You have a sweat gland on one finger. You have a measuring instrument for blood flow that goes in and out of your hand. And you have a cuff on your arm for blood pressure to measure your pulse.
Were you nervous?
Yeah, I was extremely nervous.
Lil Red, 13 months, coming in clutch. How you doing, girl? Thank you so much, my dear. Appreciate your support. I watched your live, was it yesterday, Lil Red? 13 months. Thanks, Justin and chat friends. Always a blast. Love you, Lil Red. Appreciate you, my dear. Thank you, baby.
Especially with the
Listen to this.
Were you nervous?
Yeah, I was extremely nervous.
You're nervous. And you supposedly passed. Which we talked about the other day, someone pointed out that the way it talks about Daniel's lie detector and versus Malaya's and the other families is vastly different. Sarah breaks my heart. I would not be nervous if someone came and said, did you unalive your stepkids, and you knew you didn't? Why the fuck would I be nervous? Hell no, I didn't. Hook me up, mother chicken. Hook me up. Would you be nervous if someone asked you, did you unalive your husband or your wife or your kids? Fuck no, I'm not nervous. You know you didn't.
Especially with the first question they asked you, did you kill Lilly and Jack?
That was the first question they asked you.
Yeah. Yeah.
What went through your
I'd be
mind when
nervous.
someone's asking you that question so point blank like that?
Your mind has a massive release of chemicals, I guess you would call them.
Mm-hmm. But it shouldn't be releasing those chemicals to something you're, you know that there's nothing to worry about.
Just, it's like your stress levels just astronomically through the roof, and your body doesn't know what to do.
That's what I'm saying, Jenny. Exactly.
Because it's
Exactly.
not every day the way you're hooked up to machines in an interrogation room where someone asks you questions like that.
And when you go to take a polygraph, you don't just go in and they hook you up, right? They find your baseline. You can't go and start out the test stressed. You can't do it. They're going to make sure you're calm, you're centered, and they're going to do their what's the word I'm looking for? Their controlled test is what they're going to do. So they're going to tell you to lie at something that you know is the truth, and vice versa. So when they ask you this question, Daniel, why is this flood of nervousness coming?
What other kinds of questions did they ask you?
All the questions pertain to the death of Lilly and Jack. Are you accessory to the murder of Lilly and Jack? They were all.
The death and the murder of Lilly and Jack. So as much as I hate to, and I do believe that Jack and Lilly are no longer alive, but again, if Daniel is saying what he is saying is true, they said a long time ago that if Jack and Lilly was out in the woods, they don't believe that they're alive. And in this questioning, they're saying about the death and the unaliving, MURDER, of Jack and Lilly. It's also in the documents. So either way, in my opinion, they are telling us that these children are not alive. They do not believe these children are alive. Whether they walked off on their own or otherwise.
So all of the questions assumed that the children are no longer alive.
Yeah.
There were no questions at all about, did you take them somewhere? Could
No.
they be somewhere?
No.
The police have done a number of...
Again, if that is true, if they didn't ask if Daniel or Malaya or if they know someone who took Jack and Lilly, then you might as well throw these results out the damn window, because it's a pointless test. I mean, if they're not there and you're just asking about the death, or if they were taken somewhere after a death, and Daniel's saying they didn't ask that, like if they were taken somewhere or anything like that. Now, to me, that's pointless. And I also believe they should have checked for substances in the systems as well.
Tests. They've done 53 formal interviews. Do you know who these people are?
Yeah.
That's a lot of interviews.
It is a lot of interviews. A lot of them are my family, people that live in the area. And those interviews, typically, my interview was 4 hours. And a lot of the interviews from my family were 1-2 hours. So there's a lot of time taken up, and they ask detailed questions.
Do you know who else actually took a polygraph test?
I mean, I do, but I'm not going to say anything that's going to impede the investigation.
Okay. When did you find out the result of your test?
Immediately, right after.
What did they say to you?
You did a good job, you passed.
And how did that feel?
Good.
And did you feel that there was any further suspicion on you after that point, or was that sort of conclusive?
No, that was really when I seen the turning point for it starting to taper off with investigators.
Do you know if Malaya has taken one?
I don't know if I can say it, but I will anyway. Yes, she did take one.
Okay, she took one. Do you know the result?
No. RCMP wouldn't let tell me I asked.
You said you feel like everyone in the world wants to know what happened to Lilly and Jack.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think this is getting so much attention?
The RCMP would not tell him if Malaya passed. They told him he passed, but they wouldn't say whether Malaya passed or not. I find that interesting at that time, because if that's true, and he says they tapered off, wouldn't they say, yeah, you passed, she passed, you would think that they, the way the documents are written, you would think that they were not as more of a suspect at that point. But if they wouldn't say why, if Malaya passed or not, to me, it tells me that they still don't believe them.
Well, just the mysterious and nature of everything and how strange everything is. The RCMP, I mean, they have to keep a tight lip on everything, but there's a lot more that meets the eye with the case.
Is there something that you think the public...
He says that all the time. There's a lot more than meets the eye. He says that all the time. And he is telling us right there, in no uncertain terms, in my opinion, I know it. I know a lot more. But I'm not telling. Why wouldn't you put any and all information out that you possibly could muster, Daniel, if you were so innocent and you truly want them home and you have nothing to do with it? I have an Amazon wish list. I just rarely do anything for it. So there's that. I don't, there's more than meets the eye. So you're telling us that you know more about this case, but you can't tell anybody.
doesn't know that you can share, that you want the public to know?
That's a hard one because I don't want to impede the investigation in any way. It is still a missing persons investigation. It hasn't pivoted to any type of criminal investigation. But the kids were seen the day before. I know a lot of people didn't know that. I still see a lot of stuff online that the kids could have been missing for days. They were at a school for days, and they were seen in the Glasgow area on camera the day before this appearance in the afternoon.
Where was that?
I don't know if I can say that, but it was near the Highland Square Mall.
Was it with you?
It was with me, Malaya, and Meadow, and Lilly and Jack were there too.
And are the police aware of that?
The police were aware of that since.
Do they have that video?
Yes, they do. I also talked to my coworker in the parking lot as well, and he verified that with investigators as well. So,
Share. If he's so innocent, why would he tell me that I could destroy everything he's done? It's so confusing. He told you that? He told you that? He also said that about his new ex-girlfriend, that didn't he say that about his new ex-girlfriend or something? Well, co-worker's time frame is different than Daniel's. Yeah. The co-worker said like 11 o'clock. I think she didn't want to know what time like they were doing. I believe there was a rug exchange right there. Exactly, Lorette.
They were gone days ahead of time, or they were seen the afternoon on camera before this appearance.
Why do you think the police are asking for video dating back, days before that?
Well, the reason for that is they want to see the traffic of the vehicles on the roads in the area, right? Maybe vehicles that were traveling that area a lot over the last few days prior to hand, or vehicles that weren't seen in the area, or vehicles that were seen.
Guys, I was just texting with PNW about the live coming up in 5 minutes. It's tomorrow. I need to schedule it for tomorrow. She said, she's like, no, I thought it was tomorrow. So I just rescheduled it for tomorrow so I can stay a little bit longer here. Okay, so we're good. We're good. So I changed it. Yeah. Okay, so we can see live here. Okay. We're good now.
In the area, like local people that are, you know what I mean, making frequent trips past the house, or
I love you guys.
Which it's all considered evidence. I mean, the more pictures and videos is the better.
They say they have hundreds of hours of video.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know if they found anything on those videos?
I think it was up to 2 weeks ago.
Listen to this.
They had footage that they examined for evidence that was 8 kilometers diameter out from the house. So that was after a month. That's how long it took to get footage and review it 8 kilometers out. So,
and what I think he's talking about right there is Glengarry Station. Does that ring a bell, Mr. Mathtel? Glengarry Station? Glengarry Station. Glengarry Station to the office, please. You're being paged. Glengarry Station to the office, please. You're being paged. You know, it sure does, doesn't it, Jeff? Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am. I think he's, I don't think he's smart. I think he's manipulative. I think he's got a high intelligence for manipulating the shit out of things. What is a chicken party? Alan, you just put a knife right in my heart. Oh, God. What is a chicken party? A chicken, and it's not a chicken party is the best party on YouTube. Period. It is when we get to 1,000 thumbs up, we have a chicken party, and we play funny clips of chickens and monkeys and all of that. Thank you, Sherry. Exactly. Best party. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. So, yeah. So just make sure you hit that thumbs up. If we get to 1,000 thumbs up, we'll have a chicken party. I'm just saying. Back to you, Daily. I've been waiting for a chicken party. How many thumbs ups do we got?
What's on the video?
I don't know. I'm only limited by what they tell me.
How often are they in touch with you?
Investigators now, I'd say maybe once every 5 days. And usually I'm the one who calls or messages them.
Thinking from minute to minute, filling in those pages of notebooks. It's taking the piss chicken party. We got 695. Come on, y'all. Come on. If we can make it to 800, I'll do a chicken party tonight. If we can make it to 800, I'll do it. And that's very rare. That's very rare. You're going to get some pearls. How you doing? Yes, ma'am.
How's that changed over the course of the 6 weeks?
Well, from the beginning, it was almost daily, tapering off to where it's only like once every 5 days now.
And how do you feel about that?
It's good and bad. I mean, I like to talk to them in person about any little small details I come up with or anything I can try to bring to their attention which may help the investigation. So I don't get to see them often, so it's always over phone or messaging, and it's hard to really convey what you want to say when you're not in person. But then I also know the eye's not on me. The investigators don't see me as...
Daniel, I have never think of like a high profile missing person's case, and that the parents or the spouse or whoever isn't involved, like you just know like they would never say the eye is not on me. I know the eye is not on me. Like, they don't give a fuck about that. They just want to find their loved one. They're not worried about the eyes on me. Find your loved one, and then you'll know that. So the only thing they care about is finding their loved one. When you find your loved one, that's when it's all figured out. Right? It's all figured out. So that's all they care about. Their missing loved one.
Part of the disappearance.
How do you know that?
Well, when you're going from daily to tapering off every 5 days.
This is not an answer. He says, I know the eye is not on me. And she says, how do you know that? Most people would say, because I'm not fucking involved. Like, what do you mean? How do I know that? I know where the hell I was. I know what the hell I was doing. He goes, well, when you go from they're tapering off, well, them tapering off doesn't mean shit. It just means they've got what they need out of you right now, or what they can get out of you right now. And they're working with that. Marla, good to see you, love. Hey, Mallory, peacemaker. Meet. Good to see you. Butterfly kisses at night. Andrea, well, Nancy, he does laundry every 6 weeks. Maybe that's bath time too. Tubby time. Andrea, you're so funny. Listen, Daniel and Malaya does clothes. They're washing their clothes every 6 weeks, whether they need to or not. Okay?
I mean, I already gave them everything on my phone. I'm the one who originally said, here, take my phone. We'll go through all my banking information. We'll go through all my stuff on my GPS from Google.
And you were offering all that up, right?
Yeah, I offered everything.
I'll be honest with you. Like, if I always try to like put myself, like, I would be like, listen, I'm here to do an interview about Jack and Lily, about finding Jack and Lily. Like, I know I'm not a fucking suspect, so I'm just trying to find my kid. Let's get to talking about how we can find Jack and Lily. Let's get on with the show. But he wants to talk only about how innocent he is portrayed, or he looks, or he is perceived. Getting a snack. Anyone else need a drink? We have snacks and beverages on the bar. Make yourself at home, Lil Red. Okay? Just come back and sit down. Okay.
Why were you doing that?
To show them that I want to get the investigation moving. I know I have nothing to do with any of it. A lot of speculation is you killed the kids. Let's come out and say it straight as it is.
See, it's all about him. Charmaine, fun to ski. How's everybody doing? Jonah, mad as a gator. Big mistakes in these cases, allowing people to stay in the home. 1,000%. I got you. Thank you, baby.
What do you think when you read that?
It's a lot of nonsense, obviously. I know the truth. I didn't kill Lilly and Jack. And I just think a lot of people online they're seeking drama. That's the main thing. Everybody's allowed their own opinion, like I said before, but it's hard on the people that were actually there and missing the children. Still haven't got to see any of my kids, including Lilly and Jack. And that's been really tough, going from a family of 7, including my other 2 kids that live in Halifax now. Going from a family of 7 in the blink of an eye, your family's ripped apart and you're left alone.
Okay. $150,000 reward.
Around what time does the search stop on the first day?
The search doesn't stop on the first day. They go right through now.
Goes right through the night. It really turns me when he fakes the crying. Mm-hmm. Best way we... Yes, please hit that thumbs up button. Please. Plus, it gets you... I'm just saying, it gets you 10 years of good luck. Now, you might not want to... if you don't want to take it, you don't want to take it. But I'm just saying, hitting the thumbs up gets you 10 years of good luck. How about that? He talks like he has pastries. He's having pastries. Okay, I'm going to play this. I'll be right back. I got to go. Tinkle, tinkles.
Right.
I'll be right back.
Interesting. And when are you notified about a blanket?
If we're referring to the blanket that was up in the tree, or
right,
just
well,
the blanket in general.
Well, let's rewind then. So there's been a lot of confusion that you
Yeah.
had denied that the blanket in the tree was Lily's that ended up being Lily's. Was there another blanket that was found out there?
There is actually another blanket. There's a full pink blanket. I was showing a picture of it, splayed out on the ground. Officer Karen Mason showed me that. She was involved in quite a bit of the, just back and forth stuff between the command center and me and Malaya and Mom and, some of the people involved, and just trying to relay information, keep us up to date and stuff like that.
And this pink blanket that they found, was it something that they found close to the house, or?
I'm not sure the location where it was found. There was a pink blanket. There was a water bottle. There was a children's T-shirt, and there may have been a sock or socks too, showing me as well. But none of them belonged to Lily's, right? I mean, none of them were Lily's. None of them were Jack's.
Do you know if all those items were found at the same place, or were they found throughout?
I'm not sure where they were found. I was just told that, are any of these items Lilly and Jack's? We found them during the search.
Were they photographed together?
No, they were not photographed. They were photographed individually.
Okay, so the most likely then they were not found together.
Yeah.
And around what time was this blanket, the full one that didn't belong to them? When was that one found?
That was found. It would have been during the daytime. So because I remember I was actually standing on the front deck when she brought her phone up to show me. So that would have been sometime during the day. So I'm saying between noon and 4.
Okay, I got to go back. Just 1 second, because I want to show you something.
On the first day.
Listen to this.
The search doesn't stop on the first day.
A blanket.
If we're referring to the blanket that was up in the tree, or
right,
just a blanket.
The blanket up in the tree? Daniel, you said you immediately put 2 and 2 together in this fucking very interview. So I am confused. Why would you be confused by that question? Oh, the blanket up in the tree. Another thing. This is a pink blanket. And this is, Daphne, are you in here? Hold on. Are you in chat? I'm texting her. Because there is, and this is what I don't understand. There is a picture of a white and pink blanket as well. And here, look, you see just a pink blanket. No white. And I'm wondering, okay, Dav, do you understand this? I've been on this since day one, and I still don't understand why there is. Thank you, Nietzsche. This one right here is AI. This? Because there's searchers there and all that. See, that doesn't look like AI to me, though. The hot pink thing I was told was ribbons, but there was a torn piece of a small ball key and clothing, then a piece of LOL doll blanket from what I can tell so far. The white and pink? I'm not sure about that, Nietzsche. Because Sunny, she says the white and pink one is the actual one. Yeah, from what I understand, it was a two-tone white and pink blanket. And some searchers had ribbons and some had orange, and they would write the day and the time on them. But this isn't a ribbon. I mean, look at this. You can tell this isn't a ribbon. This is fabric. You can see it. I mean, hold on. It's going to be even blurrier, but look at this. You can tell it's not. See that? I think there was another blanket, Beverly Street. I think there was two blankets planted, actually. I think the one was taken out of the window, and there was another one, in my opinion, but it looks like torn clothing to me, but hey, what? Yeah. Just a little weird. Just a little weird, if you ask me.
Blanket in general.
Well, let's rewind then. So there's been a lot of confusion that you
Yeah.
had denied that the blanket in the tree was Lily's that ended up being Lily's. Was there
Listen.
another blanket that was found out there?
There is actually another blanket. There's a full pink blanket. I was showing a picture of it.
Okay. There it goes. That's right. He says that. I forgot. There is a full pink blanket. There was two fucking blankets. There was two fucking blankets planted, in my opinion. And I think that's big. And you absolutely denied it. You absolutely denied it, Daniel. On this very live, I showed you for weeks denying that there was anything found. And you were the only one. I emailed the RCMP a while ago. They confirmed that there was only one blanket. But the thing about that, Nietzsche, is though, but the RCMP in the beginning, they wouldn't even talk about the blanket. They would not even talk about it. So it's confusing to me. Even the reporters from, I think it's CBC, they said, police won't say anything about a pink blanket. So that's, I don't know. Blinky, thank you so much, my love. Appreciate you. Hit that thumbs up button for Jack and Lily. Love you, Justin Mods, inside chat. Love you so much, Blinky. Thank you so much for your support. my dear. Good to see you. So maybe they were placed at different times. They play the words RCMP because it's an investigate. Oh yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. See, Bonnie, I go back and look. I see. A ribbon is not like that. It's just not. That's not a ribbon. Listen to what Daniel says here.
The blanket that was up in the tree, or
right,
just
well,
a blanket in general?
Well, let's
Up in
rewind
the
then.
tree or
So
in
there's
general?
been a lot of confusion that you
Yeah.
had denied that the blanket in the tree was Lily's that ended up being Lily's.
You fucking did.
Was there another blanket that was found out there?
There is actually another blanket. There's a full pink blanket. I was showing a picture of it, splayed out on the ground. Officer Karen Mason showed me that. She was
Okay. So Daniel is saying here, interesting, guys. Daniel is saying here that there was a pink blanket sprouted out on the ground, and the RCMP officer showed it to him, but they didn't show, again, his words, him the other blanket that was up in the tree. Because they ask in this interview, Daniel, did you see the blanket that was Lily's? No, I just instantly put 2 and 2 together. You're lying, Daniel, in my opinion.
involved in quite a bit of the, just back and forth stuff.
And that's exactly right. The pink blanket was on the porch, and it was out of the window as well. Now, there's a pink blanket back in the window that was gone for months. I think he just found another pink blanket.
Between the command center and me and Malaya and Mom and, some of the people involved, and just trying to relay information, keep us up to date and stuff like that.
Thank you,
This
Daniel.
pink blanket that they found, was it something that they found close to the house, or?
I'm not sure the location where it was found. There was a pink blanket, there was a water and stuff like people involved, and just trying to relay information, keep us up to date and stuff like that.
And this pink blanket that they found, was it something that they found close to the house, or?
I'm not sure the location where it was found. There was a pink blanket, there was a water bottle, there
was a water bottle and stuff found. But he's not sure, he says, even though the RCMP, he says, showed him, but he doesn't know where it was found. Aren't you going to ask if the RCMP comes to you and shows you a pink blanket, and you're going to say yes or no, and the next question is, where did you find it at? Where was this located? Raining blankets that week. Yes, Peacemaker. It's raining blankets.
there was a children's T-shirt, and there may have been a sock or socks too, showing me as well, but none of them belonged to Lily's, right? I mean, none of them were.
You hear what he said there? He literally he's just had a Floridian slip. None of them belong to Lily, right? I think, in my opinion, he got out the sock and the children's shirt. I believe it was a girl's shirt. I believe he got them out of the brand new laundry that was just washed the day before, in my opinion.
Lily's, none of them were Jack's.
Do you know if all those
Listen
items
how he
were
says this.
It was showing me as well, but none of them belonged to Lily's, right?
None of them belong to Lily's, right? Now listen.
I mean, none of them were Lilly's, none of them were Jack's.
None of them were Lily's, right? I mean, none of them were Lily's, none of them were Jack's. It's
No, all those
agreeable.
items were found at the same place, or were they found throughout?
I'm not sure where they were found. I was just told that are any of these items Lilly and Jack's. We found them during the search.
Were they photographed together?
No, they were not photographed. They were photographed individually.
Okay, so the most likely then they were not found together.
Yeah.
And when was around what time was this blanket the full one that didn't belong?
Oh, Yvette, honey, they showed them they showed the LOL blanket that was up in the tree to Malaya and Daniel. And Daniel denied that it was Lily's for couple weeks.
To them, when was that one found?
That was found. It would have been during the daytime. So because I remember I was actually standing on the front deck when they brought she brought her phone up to show me. So that would have been.
Hold the fuck on.
Belonged to them. When was that one found? Time was this blanket the full one that didn't belong to them? When was that one found?
That was found. It would have been during the daytime. So because I remember I was actually standing on the front deck when she brought her phone up to show me. So that would have been sometime during the day. So I'm saying between noon and 4 p.m. probably.
So he's saying there was a full pink blanket found. And the RCMP lady goes on Daniel's porch and shows him.
Probably.
At 4 is when they found the pink blanket that was Lily's. That was a portion of the blanket, correct?
Yeah. I'm not sure on the exact time on that either. It would have to be after 4 because the school bus goes up there around 4 o'clock.
Gotcha. And
because that school bus, it goes up and it actually goes up and turns at my Uncle Ron's house, which is about 500 feet past where the blanket was found.
Gotcha.
So 500 feet, and it actually goes up and turns at my Uncle Ron's house, which is about 500 feet past where the blanket was found.
How convenient. 500 feet from where the blanket was found.
Gotcha.
Turns.
And the bus usually goes up there, and the bus usually makes its way up there around, I don't know, 3:55, between 3:55 and like 4 o'clock.
And this bus has cameras, correct?
Yeah, the buses do have cameras. When they looked at the footage from the outside of the buses, the blanket was not there.
Okay. So he is saying that the blanket had to have been put there after 4 o'clock. Now, think about that. Let's make some logical sense of this. Look at this. Okay, y'all. Here we go. Done with this shit. Daniel, you're not good at this. You really aren't, child. Watch this. Okay. All right. Here is math tells, right? Actually, hold on one second. Get my project out. Which project is it? One second. Okay. Watch this. All right, here is math tells. Make it big for you guys. Two right here is math tells, okay? And the blanket is found right here. Right here. Okay. Let me take a screenshot. I'll do it like this. Watch this. Think about this, the logic he's trying to tell us, which is laughable. Okay. Use your common sense, Daniel. Home. Okay. Blanket. All right. Kids went missing. We're going to, even though the call 911, 10:01 a.m. Okay. Blanket planted after 4 p.m. Planted, or we'll put dropped. Okay. Now look at this. Okay. So if that was Jack and Lily's, for those of you that believe that this blanket wasn't planted and you believe Jack and Lily absolutely dropped the blanket or put it up in the tree or whatever, regardless, Jack and Lily, the 911 call went in at 10:01 a.m. By 10:35 a.m., there is drones up in the air. That's how quick they started looking with drones and man and all that, right? Now, Daniel says right here that the blanket was not on camera, at 4 to 4:05 a.m. or p.m., sorry, because the bus did not pick it up on camera, right? Which means, let's say, for instance, Jack and Lily they had already been missing, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 hours. 6 hours by the time the bus would have came through here, right? At 4 o'clock, the bus is going down here. It's turning around. and it's going back. And neither way it shows, according to Daniel, that the bus shows that there's no blanket here. Which means either Jack and Lily, which I do not believe 1,000%, but I'm just telling you what it has to, one or the other, would have had to have placed their blanket in a tree 7 foot in the air at after 4 p.m., right? Some 6-7 hours after 911 called, right? Or after this bus ran, someone had to plant this blanket. It's got to be one or the other. It couldn't be the night before, according to Daniel. According to Daniel's words. Daniel says the bus runs at 4 o'clock. Brandy, and it says we found it 3-4. Let me look at the. I've got it here. 1 second. Let's see here. Let me see here. Is that what time it says, Brandy? 3:45. You're like 100% sure of that. I can look on the document. Let's see here. Okay, let's see here. Blanket. If you're sure, because I don't want to hold up time, but 3:45, 3:52. I wonder what time the bus runs. Because if the bus ran, the bus would have had to have run before they found the blanket. Right? If it was not seen. Auto just okay, thank you. Thank you. I can pull it up, but just take me a minute. Which means the bus has to run for the bus not to pick it up. This is according to Daniel. If the bus would have had to have run before the blanket was found. No. Okay. Daniel says hold on.
100 feet past where the blanket was found.
Yeah.
Before, because the school bus goes up there around 4 o'clock.
Gotcha. And
Because that school bus, it goes up and it actually goes up and turns at my Uncle Ron's house, which is about 500 feet past where the blanket was found.
gotcha.
Okay. Stacy says I think it was found at 3:45 and bus came after they bagged it at 4 p.m. Okay. So the bus wouldn't have picked it up. And I'm assuming the bus didn't pick it up that morning. Maybe that's what he means. The bus didn't pick it up that morning. I need to go back to that document. I'm assuming not. Right? So the thing I'm wondering is, I want to know, what we're going to figure out is whenever someone planted this blanket, because someone planted it, it was either before that bus ran that morning or after the bus ran that morning, right? If the bus ran and it saw a blanket, with the cameras, then it means it had to be there before. Otherwise, if it didn't see it, then that means after that bus ran, the blanket had to be planted. Why wouldn't the bus be on the opposite side? So how could it pick up? Well, it goes down and then turns and comes back. Yeah. Now that's what I thought as well, Nancy, but supposedly these buses have outside cameras as well. Yeah, I know he's talking about 355, but they had already found the blanket by 355. Right? So the bus couldn't see anything. Of course the bus isn't going to see anything if they've already collected the blanket. You get what I mean, Brian? Because they had already collected the blanket. The blanket had already been found, and then 5-10 minutes later, the bus runs. So it's obviously not going to see the blanket. But the question is, did it see a blanket that morning? And from what I understand, and the documents, there was no blanket seen that morning, which means that blanket had to have been planted there anytime after the bus ran that morning and the time it was found.
And the bus usually goes up there. Any bus usually makes its way up there around, I don't know, 3:55, between 3:55 and like 4 o'clock.
And this bus has cameras, correct?
Yeah, the buses do have cameras. When they looked at the footage from the outside of the buses, the blanket was not there.
Yeah, Jack and Lily are the victims. I don't believe Malaya. She's doing shit. Malaya's drinking her fucking life away and dicking around.
Interesting. And it went both directions, correct? It went.
Yeah, they both go both directions. They have multiple buses.
And it was not seen at 3:55, 4 o'clock when the bus passed.
No, they said they did not see it on any camera footage from the buses. So
that is, how far is the search command from where the blanket was found?
From the piece of Lily's blanket that was found in the tree, the actual command center itself
Yeah.
It is okay. When you look at Lansdowne Station Road on the map,
Uh-huh.
Well, I just showed you the text of Malaya saying she doesn't care that people sees that she's not doing anything. She doesn't care. We got 819 thumbs up. How y'all doing?
I'll just wait for you here to set that up, and then we can take a look.
Yeah,
I'll
I
show
got
you,
it.
give you the exact location.
So here is, do you see it?
Yeah. So that is
There's no judge involved.
so
would there be a
Lansdowne
judge?
Station Road. As soon as you're going up Lansdowne Station Road, you go across a little bridge.
It's this direction?
Lansdowne Station.
The only judge that there is at this point is probably for I don't know why you're saying that, KU, but for custody, that's probably at CPS.
Oh, this direction. Okay.
Yeah. So Lansdowne Station Road, there you go over a little
Might have
tiny
been
bridge.
confined to someone. KU.
Okay.
I don't know.
Have I gone too far?
Yeah, it goes right on Lansdowne Station Road. There's a little bridge when you're going down, and then you see, yep, when you're seeing right around that turn there, that's where it is. You just headed on it, right
So
past that
around
little
here.
dirt road there, that little gravel pit dirt road. Yep.
Why?
Which is interesting. Hold on. Which is very interesting. Hold on. Let me see.
Right
So
past that
around
little
here.
dirt road there, that little gravel.
1 second. If you see right here, the neighbor claims, and I believe the neighbors, that they said Daniel's car goes down here and then turns around. And the reason I believe they turned around is because they didn't want to go down here. Why do you say they didn't want to go down here to get on the road? Well, because if they go down here, they know that they have cameras. Perhaps. I believe if you believe the neighbors and they say Daniel's car, they know that they have cameras. So what do? You turn around and you go down here, and it goes past their house. It goes past their house, behind their house. And then you go down here, which is why, in my opinion, which will take you to New Larrig Road. Or New Larrig. Is that what it's called? New Larrig? Whatever it is. Which is why I believe the RCMP was down there searching at the cameras. Baranta. They were younger. Right, guys. She's see, he's getting excited, showing him how he knows the exact location, branch, and everything. Oh yeah. Yeah. He's Shannon. I believe it is too. Yeah, Malaya's living her best life. She's out going to the bars with their new mans. Is it Larg? You say it like a Scot. Okay, let's all get along. Come on.
That's where it is. You just headed on it, right
So
past that
around
little
here.
dirt road there, that little gravel pit dirt road. Yep.
Why? I'm just curious, but why would they make command so far south of where you guys live. Did they say anything about that by any chance?
I'm not sure the actual reasoning for making it there. I know it's a road that's they had a long stretch going down that hill, going to the command center, so everyone could park their cars because there was hundreds.
Yes, I do. A laugh a day. My opinion is on that is that it was planted, and I believe, this is just my opinion, that after it was planted, uh, either Daniel or Malaya said, "Okay, let's go out. You'll search this area," and I believe that they sent them in a particular area. I'll go search this area. Yep, I believe Daniel set them up. 1000%. Yep. Yep.
Of cars there, Daniel.
Now,
Search vehicles. They had to move in, RCMP SUVs and everything, right?
so how long after law enforcement arrived at 1027 did the command post get set up? Was that like the first thing that happened?
I'm not sure. I was actually in the woods for a lot of that, Daniel. So I don't have like a clear time that was set up. Clear time that I could say the setup like began or was completed.
So around what time were you notified, and how were you notified about the pink blanket that belonged to Lily?
The pink blanket that belonged to Lily, wasn't notified at all about that. I was actually told there was a piece of a pink blanket that was found up the road in a tree, and I said, "Piece of a pink blanket." And I put two and two together. I ran out to the garbage bin.
Piece of a pink blanket. And he immediately put two and two together, even though he hadn't seen this pink blanket, he claims. Nobody had sent him a picture, even though Janie said Malaya sent them pictures. And he just ran to the trash. Something that he threw away over a week ago, he says. No way.
And I seen that there was a hole ripped in the bag.
How convenient. Piece of a pink blanket they found. Oh my God, I threw away a piece of a pink blanket or a blanket a week ago. Let me go look in the trash. Oh my God, there's a hole that will fit a person's hand. A 1000%, Brandy. And not only that, Daniel now believes, even though he didn't before, believes that it was planted. I can show you the messages if you would like, which I've shown him 1,000 times, that he says, come on, they're right across from each other, like the blanket and the footsteps. It doesn't just blow there. And he also says that the RCMP now claims that, and again, according to Daniel, that it is 100% planted. Correct. Yes. That's exactly right, Ashcash. Malaya says, I don't know why he lied, but my family never knew the blanket was in the garbage, nor did they know Lily's blanket existed, especially my friends. Daniel gave me, okay, so that's going on about an ultimatum when he was pregnant. But Yeah, I don't know why he lied. Well, I knew why a person lies. I knew why someone lies, don't you? That's pretty obvious. He lied in the beginning that this was not Lily's blanket. Flat out lied. Told the media. I played the media for you on this very live. Interview after interview after interview. Malaya says, I don't know why he lied, but my family and certainly my friends had no idea that Lily even had a blanket that existed. That shows you right there, that Daniel has lied about this blanket from literally day one. Now, Malaya immediately said, that's Lily's blanket, yeah. But Daniel didn't, or Daniel lied. Now, like I've always said, heaven forbid you have a loved one that goes missing. But the first thing, if you find something, you're going to think, oh my God, we found something. That is fan-fucking-tastic. We're on the right track. They're around here somewhere. Right? That's the first thing you're going to think. Oh my God, we found a piece of Lily's blanket. She's got to be around here somewhere. But not Daniel. Daniel says, that's not Lily's. Tells the media for weeks, not Lily's. But he says right here, I immediately put 2 and 2 together and said, piece of a pink blanket. Why are you lying? Why is Malaya saying you're lying? Why would you lie about a potential huge piece that Lily was in that area? Which means where that blanket is, there should have been footsteps around it, in my opinion. And more than importantly, there should have been a fucking scent leading them to somewhere. Thank you, Ash. He's lying. He lied then, and he's steadily changed and evolved his lies. And he's still lying. And we just showed you. Malaya says he's lying, even.
And clearly there was somebody who went into the garbage or something went on with the garbage for a piece of that to be ripped out. Because usually when you look in the garbage bin, Daniel, and you see a garbage bag, usually it doesn't have a hand-sized hole ripped in the side of it.
That's interesting. Now, the pink blanket, when they told you about it, did they show you a picture? The
Of
piece?
the piece of the blanket? No.
Oh, okay.
No.
So they just told you
He's lying there. Hold on. Let's see here. Let's see here. Damn, is that not yet? 1 second. Let's see here. Let's see here. Let's see here. It's not pulling it up either. Why is it not doing this shit? Sorry, guys. It's not pulling it up. Let's see here. Would it be blanket? Let's see here. Pink. Nope. It's got to be this one. Tree. Okay, I'll have to go back and find it. All right, Daily Darling. Thank you, love.
A
Yes.
hand-sized hole ripped in the side of it.
That's interesting. Now, the
Clearly, there was somebody who went into the garbage, or something went on with the garbage for a piece of that to be ripped out. Because usually, when you look in the garbage bin, Daniel, and you see a garbage bag, usually it doesn't have a hand-sized hole ripped in.
Well, if it's got a hand size hole ripped in it, the only people Malaya says that knows about that blanket was Daniel, her, and Janie. Don't blame it on the neighbors. Don't blame it on the people the family and friends that volunteered their time. First of all, someone going, let's say, for instance, people use the theory of the neighbors going in the trash and getting the blanket. How the fuck do they know, A, that there's trash, one bag of trash in there? And how do they know it's going to have some article of clothing or some blanket of 2 missing children? I'll wait. They don't. That's not even going to go through someone's head that is not associated with Jack or Lily and knows what Jack or Lily have thrown away.
The side of it.
That's interesting. Now, the pink blanket, when they told you about it, did they show you a picture? The piece?
The piece of the blanket? No.
No. Okay,
No.
so they just told you they found a piece.
I was trying to pull up the document because, Daniel, in the document, it says the RCMP showed you and Malaya the blanket. Why are you lying? Again, why are you lying? Are you arguing that the RCMP documents are wrong, that you and Malaya's, you never said that? It says, what's it? It says, I don't know if it says they showed or they asked and showed them about the pink blanket that they had found. And they had both confirmed that that was Lily's blanket. Daniel confirmed, he says to the RCMP, that that was Lily's blanket. But to the media, Daniel said, no, we haven't found anything. Nothing. Zilch. The only thing we have found is a couple footprints 10 feet outside in the backyard. And remember, in the beginning days, RCMP wouldn't say nothing about that blanket. Not not even if it was Lily's, they just wouldn't even speak about a blanket. Now they do.
And you went to the garbage bin, and
Yeah.
where in the garbage bin was the bag that had the other part of the blanket? Was it towards the
Okay,
top, in the middle,
there
the
was
bottom?
these were like large industrial sized garbage bags, right?
Okay.
And mom would always yell at me, you know, don't put so much garbage in one bag, because I would always make the bags like really heavy, right?
Okay.
And so I had the blanket was in a garbage bag, but there was another garbage bag that was inside, right?
He's lying through his ass. He is smiling and making it light. So whenever someone does that, they're trying to make it light. They're not trying to only make it light for them. They're trying to make it light for you. Like, that's not that big of a deal. But this is the thing. In the documents, Daniel, Malaya says she threw it away. Malaya says she threw it away. Daniel says he threw it away. Junkyard Janie says she watched her baby boy throw it in the trash and told him, "Don't put too much in the trash, Daniel. You'll weigh it down, honey." He's redonkulous.
So it was like double bagged,
Interesting.
and you could see I keep wanting to say a hole that was ripped in the side from a hand that went down inside of it, and you know
From a hand. He has no idea. Your
pulled
hand?
something out, but it looked to be like somebody put their hand in there and ripped it out.
Let me tell you something. If I went to the trash and your kids were missing and you put 2 and 2 together, even though you didn't know what the blanket was found, you said because they didn't show you, according to you. And I went there and I knew I had thrown a blanket away a week ago, and there was a hand in the trash, and I opened up the trash and I saw that there was a hand, I wouldn't be recording it with my brother. I would be on the phone with RCMP stat, and they would be dealing with it, not me.
But
Now,
It's obvious.
the
Well, the
bag,
bag-
the blanket was still at the bottom of the bag, right? It wasn't pulled all the way out. It wasn't anything like that. So
was the trash bag in the bottom of the can or on top of like all the other trash?
it was the garbage bag, that one big garbage bag, that was like a 60-pound garbage bag. And it was just, that was the only bag
That is the actual thing that it's in. First of all, Jack and Lily couldn't have lifted that heavy board. First of all, they're not strong enough. Second of all, they're not tall enough to lift it over and push it over. Right? Second of all, if Jack and Lily had done that morning, Janie's dog would have been barking its ass off.
60-pound garbage bag. And it was just, that was the only bag that was in there.
So funny,
okay,
isn't
so
it,
there
Daniel?
wasn't
that
any
one?
other trash on top.
No,
of it.
there was nothing else on piled on top of it or underneath it.
So if somebody
job,
opened
Danny.
the bin, that's the first thing that they would see.
Yeah, they would be able to see the pink blanket in there. Yeah.
Okay. And so it seems like in the documents that it alludes that they
April.
showed you guys a picture and that you guys confirmed it. Was that, if you didn't see a picture, do you know if Malaya did?
There you go. See? DT just said it. DT just said it.
in the documents that it alludes that they showed you guys a picture and that you guys confirmed it.
There you go. There you go. The RCMP documents says they showed Daniel and Malaya this pink blanket that they found 7 feet in a tree.
Was that, if you didn't see a picture, do you know if Malaya did?
I'm not sure if she did or not. I have no idea.
He has no idea if Malaya saw it, but he knows he didn't. You are a sack of shit, Daniel. I cannot overstate that enough. Lying on a 4 and a 6-year-old who were out there somewhere only God and maybe 1 or 2 people know. How dare you? How dare you? You are despicable. Despicable. Absolutely despicable. These poor little children, Jack and Lily. Hold on 1 second. Did y'all hear about that TV anchor unaliving her mother? Look at these two. Look at Jack's little thing right there. So sad. They're out there somewhere. And people's lying. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, y'all didn't hear about that? Watch this. We're going to do our chicken party in a minute, but take a look at this. This is crazy.
News anchor finds herself in the news this morning after she was charged with the murder of her mother.
I remember my mom would put it in one of these cans like you suggested and just put it in and it would cool and then she'd throw it away.
Exactly.
And you said from 8 to 5 they can come pick this up?
They can come and pick those up.
All right, so that was Angeline Mock on the air. A little look back in time. Well, this is her the other day when her mugshot was taken. She's being held on $1 million bond and accused of first-degree murder. Her 80-year-old mother, Anita Avers, was found unresponsive with multiple stab wounds at her home on Friday. Avers was later pronounced dead at a local hospital, and police say that Angeline Mock was at the scene outside of her mother's home, just feet away from where her mom was located in her bed. Now, according to her LinkedIn profile, Mock worked as a reporter at the local Fox station in St. Louis from the years 2011 to 2014, or 2015, rather. No motivation for the crime has been cited by investigators as of this morning. Now, as the investigation continues, we're asking, how did this woman go from reporting the news to making the news? Let's bring in our power panel. Still with me, Lieutenant Mike Gould. Want to welcome in attorneys Melba Pearson and Joe Tamburino. Melba, would you start us off, please? Your thoughts on this woman?
Oh, sorry. Anyway, I'll let y'all.
A former news.
Here, I'll drop this link if y'all want to watch the rest of it. But yeah, she stabbed her mom. Stabbed. That is an extra brutal way Right? That's personal. That's bad. 80-some-year-old beautiful mother. Guys, can we have a chicken party?
Katie! Christopher! Katie! Christopher! Long day at the drawer. Ooh, I love how you just. Ooh, Lord, babe. It's been a long day at the drawer. Ooh, I love how you just touch and caress me. Rub down there. Ooh, yes. Ooh, scratch around this belly. Get around that belly, boy. Fuck. Oh, yes, that feels wonderful. It feels magnificent. Ooh, Lord. Oh, jeez. Oh, wait, baby. You had did something too rough right there. Slow down. Slow down, cowboy. Slow down, my boy. What's up? Lean with it, rock with it. What? Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, don't be touching me there, baby, because I'm going to touch you up there and down there. Oh, Lord. Sometimes you. Oh, wrong song. Yeah, just touch me, baby. I'm too shy. I don't want to play with the Lord like that. Playing with his time. Oh, Lord mercy. Where you going? Come here. What you doing? 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 What you doing, babe? A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit. Girl, how I look? Like a damn fool. No, them veneers don't make that look no better. Girl, bye. Oh. Suck it now. Oh. Suck it now.
Not possible because that area is not visible in the footage. My ass. As for the lights.
A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
Oh my God, look at Chris. Is that Chris?
RCMP, open up.
Get up off me. I said that's enough. Let my gut to the go. You act like you starving, Monquito. Now I said that's enough. You want to bite me? Huh? Okay. That's how I feel. Now get up off me. Got these people recording me act like I don't feed your ass. And look at your damn daddy just sitting there. You need to come get your damn daughter. She get this shit from you. Now let my damn titty go. You didn't eat. Let it go. Because at this rate, I'm not gonna care if Monkey Protective Services come get your ass. Now let them go. You didn't eat and you acting like you starving. Okay, we won't listen. We won't listen. Who is that? Oh, I thought I heard something. Now get your... Okay, let me just turn my ass around. Now, didn't I tell you to let my shit go? Now, I'm not about to keep playing with you in front of these people. I'm trying... Okay. Let me see who looking. Okay, hey.
Take me away from the pain and you bring me paradise. It's pretty out of here, girl. What's going on? We need to go down there to that barbecue shack. See, last time they shorted me a rib. I need all my meat. I want to feel ribby. Playing with my time. Girl, I ain't know they closed down the full town. Nobody really shopped there anyway. Shit, they always play with people's time. Girl, look at Bonita. All ass. Playing with people's time. Girl, it's too hot out here to be having all that on. All that black and hoodies. You look...
The following is an actual recording of Edgar when he was 18 years old answering the phone.
Hello? Hello? I said don't disturb you, I'm cleaning my room!
Yeah, me smell cocoa butter. Cheese. Yeah, right there. Give me a kiss. Damn. You got to be an Instagram model or something. Here, put this shit on your gram right here. There you go. Yeah. Give me a kiss. Don't move. This one going on the wall in my trailer.
They can shut their chicken tone, chicken bone, Google Chrome, no home flip phone, disown ice cream cone, garden gnome, student loan, full-blown Indiana Jones, overgrown Flintstone, X and Y chromosome, Fred Zone, Sylvester Stallone, AutoZone, professionally seen silver Patron, head the fuck up. Okay.
How you doing? Yes, man. How you doing? Love you guys so much. Thank you all so much for joining me. You are amazing, my beautiful pearls. Don't ever stop being amazing. I love you guys so very much. Justice for little Jack and Lily Sullivan. They deserve it. And people need to stop lying on a 4 and a 6-year-old. For sure. For sure. Right. Yeah. I will be, hold on one second. Yes, Sassy. Yep. One second. One second. That's interesting. You see this right here? Is that the same truck? It looks smaller here, but it is a double cab and it's got a bed. Let's see. This one doesn't got a double cab, though. Here it does. It's got stickers right there. Shorter bed, double cab. Oh, there it does. Yeah, there it does. Okay. Nope, it's a different truck. GMC. These are two different trucks. Hold on. That truck right there and that truck are not the same. No, because they're different colors, and this doesn't have that thing around it, I don't think, and then this one does. The hood looks different too, more sloped downward. Yeah, but this is the same house. This is clearly when someone was living there. But to me, this looks like a diesel. This is probably Earls or Justins, or not Justins, but I don't know. What do you mean, look at the back of the truck? What do you mean, look at the back truck? It's for sale, the Gettys. Mm-hmm. One is a GMC, the other is a Chevy. Yeah, at the Black House. There's two different ones at the Black House. Janie is in the window upstairs. LOL, no kidding, she's speaking. Wheelchair. Hold on. That right there? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is in the back. But I bet you we can find out, because I know the person that's got that drone footage. Look at the tires. Yeah, the tires are definitely different. No, the other one? Oh, right there. Wheelchair. Or might be a bike. It might be a bike. Could be a bike too. But this one right here. I don't know. I see what you're saying. Think it's a cooler? Oh. All right, guys. Thank you all so much. Take good care of yourself. Yeah, I understand, Kate. Yeah. Malaya's a crock. Shame on you, Malaya. God bless each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. You only get so many trips around the sun. Make sure you make it count. Hug your loved ones. Tomorrow is not promised for sure. Love you guys. Good night, everyone, and God bless.